In human history, few names combine power, mystery, and transformation like Nebuchadnezzar II, the great king of Babylon. A ruthless ruler, military strategist, wonder-worker, and a man who learned, through humiliation, the value of humility and faith. Today we explore his life, his legacy, and the influence he had on both ancient history and biblical narrative. Historical context: the birth of an empire. Nebuchadnezzar was born around 634 BC, the son of Nabopolassar, who founded the Neo-Babylonian Empire after the fall of Assyria. From childhood, Nebuchadnezzar was groomed for rule, trained in warfare, administration, and political strategy. Babylon, at that time, was already an important center of commerce and religion, with temples dedicated to Marduk and a highly organized society. The city was famous for its walls and urban plan, but it was about to reach its greatest glory under Nebuchadnezzar. Rise to power and consolidation of the kingdom. When Nebuchadnezzar became king in 605 BC, the empire needed to consolidate its borders and demonstrate its power. His first military campaigns were against the neighboring kingdoms of Syria and Phoenicia, securing strategic trade routes and subduing rebellious cities. During this period, he also strengthened the administration of the empire. He established efficient tax systems, reorganized the army, and began an unprecedented construction program that would transform Babylon into the most majestic city of the ancient world. Conquests and the fall of Jerusalem. One of the most memorable episodes is the conquest of Judah and Jerusalem in 587 BC. After several attempts at rebellion, Nebuchadnezzar besieged the city, destroyed Solomon's temple, and deported thousands of Israelites to Babylon, marking the beginning of the Babylonian exile. This act not only consolidated their military power but also had a profound impact on Israel's cultural and spiritual history. The Jews taken to Babylon preserved their religious identity, recording stories, prophecies, and traditions that would survive to this day. Nebuchadnezzar in the Bible. In the books of Daniel, Jeremiah, and Kings, Nebuchadnezzar is portrayed as a powerful, proud, and at times arrogant king. Daniel interpreted his dreams, including the famous metal statue that symbolized future empires. He built a great golden statue, demanding that everyone worship it. The Hebrew youths Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused and were thrown into the fiery furnace, but they were miraculously saved, demonstrating God's sovereignty over human kingdoms. The humiliation and madness of the king. According to the book of Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar was punished for his pride. He lost his mind and lived like an animal, eating grass and being exposed to humiliation. This period of his life lasted for years and transformed his character, teaching him that human power is limited in the face of divine authority. Upon regaining his sanity, Nebuchadnezzar acknowledged God and continued his reign, but now with a deeper understanding of humility and faith. This episode is one of the most striking stories in the Bible, combining history, miracle, and moral lesson. Architectural and cultural achievements. Beyond the biblical, Nebuchadnezzar is remembered as a great builder. Walls of Babylon, imposing, with a double line of defense and watchtowers. Ishtar Gate, decorated with lions and dragons, a symbol of power in Babylonian art. Hanging gardens, according to tradition, they were created for his wife Amytis, showing their love and the sophistication of Babylonian engineering. Temples and palaces, they reflected wealth, organization, and religious devotion. His reign made Babylon the most important cultural, religious, and commercial center of the time. Strategist and ruler. Nebuchadnezzar not only built, he also ruled firmly. He maintained a disciplined army, expanded his borders, and consolidated diplomatic alliances. His domestic policies strengthened the empire's economy, trade, and stability. Its legacy also includes influence over other kingdoms. Egypt, Syria, and regions of the Levant saw the Babylonian expansion as a precedent for power and organization. Spiritual interpretations and lessons. The story of Nebuchadnezzar teaches several lessons. Pride and power, even the most powerful men can fall because of their pride. Humility and recognition, the king's recovery from his madness shows the importance of recognizing superior powers. Cultural and religious influence, his reign affected the history of Israel and left teachings about obedience, faith, and justice. In the biblical narrative, Nebuchadnezzar is both a villain who destroys Jerusalem and an example of spiritual transformation, demonstrating that even the most arrogant kings can learn humility. Historical legacy. The archaeological remains of Babylon, including the Ishtar Gate and the remains of palaces and temples, are a testament to her magnificence. Historians and archaeologists study her reign as an example of ancient government, engineering, and military strategy. His figure is a bridge between secular history and biblical narrative, showing how a single man can impact multiple generations. Conclusion. Nebuchadnezzar II, the king who built wonders, conquered kingdoms, destroyed Jerusalem, experienced humiliation, and learned humility. His story continues to fascinate because it combines power, ambition, faith, and transformation. It is an eternal reminder that true greatness lies not in strength or wealth alone, but in the ability to learn and recognize something greater than oneself.